Alright, hello. Back with Octopath. Wait, I'm not hearing anything. Is my headset dead? It might be. Wouldn't be surprised. I think it is. Alright, give me a second, I need to just plug it in. Yes, but I've reorganized... this might actually... I thought the plug was a bit closer than it is, but unfortunately not. Oh no, it is powered. Why can't I hear anything? Oh. Plugged it into the wrong outlet. Yes, I plugged it into the audio in jack instead of the headset jack. Consequence of completely reorganizing my entire desk, I suppose. But other than that, it's a lot cleaner and a lot easier to work in. So that's good. And if somehow... well, no, not somehow, but with the current setup that I have, it would actually be possible for me to utilize a third monitor now. But that's a bit overkill. And also I don't have a third monitor, I'd have to buy it. Okay, you know what? Should probably just go rest at the inn, right? Wherever that is. And then I can move on to the next town. Short little nap. Oh, also, I need to fix some setup stuff on my other monitor. So for some reason, OBS doesn't like to show me channel point redeems. It only does the major ones, like follows. What? Ulbrich? Wait, what am I on? Am I still on chapter 3 or am I at chapter 4? Well, there's one chapter 3. And there's another one. Okay. I'm gonna try and get Primrose and Cirrus done in a single stream today. So let's go for Primrose first. I feel like I could probably do this if I tried. That's right, I had business here. You sure do, Primrose. You're finding a crowman, or something of that sort. I've honestly not remembered that well. But that's why we have this. Story so far. In the town of Stillsnow, Primrose got her first taste of revenge. There, she struck down the left wing of the crow, driving the dagger engraved with her family's words into his breast. Faith shall be your shield. The words had served her well. Now 2 remained, the man with the mark on his right arm, and the foulest bird of all with the mark on his neck. Go home to Noblecourt, she was told. There you will find the truth you seek. But will this truth bring her peace or further pain? And so, after too many years, Primrose comes home.
Oh my.
How long has it been? When I left, I thought I would never return to this place. The crow said I would find the truth here. But what truth was he speaking of? 2 more men, bearing the mark of that foul bird. My search continues here. Look, that young lady, is that not Lady Primrose?
No.
You're seeing things, friend. House Hazelheart is nothing but a memory now. Right. Of course. I need to drag up old ghosts. There's plenty going around on the present. Look! What are they seeing? Who knows? Find out next time on Octopath Traveler Z. Oh, this looks like a job for Alphen. Darling, please open your eyes. Say it's not so. Crying saying that, just as his business was starting to take off.
Just so.
Rumor has it he voiced his displeasure with the lordship a bit too loudly, if you catch my meaning. That's why I keep my mouth shut, lest I end up dead on the street like that poor sod. Right, looks like a job for a coroner, rather than Alphen.
But
When I was young, Father and the City Watch saw that hardly a crime was committed here. What has become of this place since I left? Move out of the way, you slack-jawed fools. We're here by express order of his lordship to inspect the scene. Now clear out, lest we toss you in the gaol for impeding the investigation.
how can that...
The Lords and Guardsmen are conducting the... are investigating the crime. Where's the City Watch? Is that the City Watch, perhaps? I know that man. He was one of Father's trusted friends. Ravello Forsyth, Lieutenant Commander of the City Watch. At least, he used to be. So he was spared the wrath of the crows, at least. A raven from Stilso, sir. I fear the tidings are ill. Master Rufus is, Oh? So the left wing has been clipped. It was the Azelard girl that did the deed, you say? So she still lives after all. Guess we'll have to do something about that. Mark my words, the Azelard line ends here. Looks a bit too bulky for the voice that I gave him. Oh well. Lady Primrose? Is it truly you, Lady Primrose?
Impossible.
I know that voice. It is... oh, new character. From a lifetime ago.
Primrose.
Do mine eyes see true? You have grown lovelier than I could have ever... Just mess that into a word salad. Do mine eyes see true? You have grown into a lovelier... grown lovelier than I could have ever dreamed, Lady Primrose.
Simeon.
That means monkey. Where have you been all these years? Not here, that's for certain. You know, I always wanted to run as fast and far as I could from this stuffy old town. So I set out on a journey across the realm. And yet, no matter how far I travelled, I could not escape the pain of losing you.
Of course.
These days, I make a living as a playwright of sorts. I pen dramas and tragedies for the stage. You always did have a way with words. I swore I would never return to this place. Then, one day, I felt an odd yearning. And no sooner do I arrive than I am reunited with you. Fate is a mysterious thing, is it not?
Primrose.
But enough about me. Where have you been all these years, my love? What do I even tell him? There's not a thing I can say without sullying his memories of me forever.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. That was too forward of me. You needn't say a thing. Besides, I can imagine all too well without hearing a word. Life has not been kind to you, and though you have grown all the more beautiful through the hardships you no doubt suffered? Through the hardships you no doubt suffered, is probably the correct reading. It still pains me that you had to suffer them. Simeon's gentle words stirred something in Primrose, a feeling she had not felt in many years. For the first time in what seemed like forever, she felt somewhere, deep in her heart, a measure of peace.
Mm-hmm.
He's too kind to me. He always was.
Gah.
Oi, what are you two doing loitering about?
Ah,
That looks like a spot of trouble I'd just as soon avoid. Come, my lady, let's find somewhere we can chat in private.
Ah,
Alright. We just walk further down the bridge?
it brings back so many memories.
I swear they're just gonna come up from the left. We're still in the way.
Memories of my childhood days in this town. I could never understand why my father was so strict with me. I was always running off to the gardens for a good cry.
and that was where I would find you. And find an excuse to shirk my duties as gardener's apprentice.
What an odd title.
I wanted nothing more than to spend time with you. To be a part of your world.
And sing Disney
But hey,
songs together.
Why do you cry so?
What? We couldn't help but be drawn to one another, like the bees drawn to the nectar of the fragrant blooms.
So is he going to die by the end of this, or betray her? It has to be one or the other. Can't be a happy ending in Primrose's story.
You were always penning poems for me. Your words, your songs, gave me comfort and solace.
Well, that's quite a career change from gardener to poet. Or playwright,
In the
rather.
darkest days after I lost father, you would sing them for me over and over.
To tell the truth, Primrose, I left this town to search for you. I tried so many times to forget you, to accept that you were gone. Yet time and again, I found myself reciting the poems I had written you. Can you forgive me, Primrose?
There is nothing to forgive. It was all so very long ago. I too have moved on from those days. I have found my own reason to go.
Oh, whoops.
And when the moon waxes full and bright in dark heaven, and stars glitter worlds away from earthly sorrow, would that sleep hold you in her soft embrace. Then shall my eyes close, lips open in prayer, for it is only in dreams that we may meet again.
Simeon.
And then there was silence. Oh, in that moment there was something. I
Lady
missed that
Primrose,
line.
I intend to remain in town for some time yet. I still have not forgiven myself, knowing that I could not do more for you. It tortures me to this day. If there is any way at all, in which I can be of service to you, my lady, you need only say the word.
Thank you, Simeon. Enough distractions. I must find the men marked by the crow. But where to begin?
Well, I don't know. There'll probably be a green prompt over someone's head. Oh. Green prompt, let's go. Oh, travel banter, right. Oh, good thing I was early.
A moment of your
May
time.
I be so bold as to pry? That man is very important to you, is he not? Why do you say that? It is a conjecture based on how you both look at each other. Had you not chosen to live your life the way you do, I wonder if... You can stop right there, Professor. How will I live my life? How I live my life is my affair, not yours. Yes, quite. I do apologize. I'd best be careful around him. He's sharper than he looks. And he looks very sharp. Alright. Once again, I need to find that, what is it? Guide. Open up Google. I need my history. Octopath Travel Banter Guide. We are on Primrose Chapter 3. Alright, looks like Tressa and Ophelia have dialogue now. Interesting. Oh, I need to minimize that now. Alright. Into the inn. Tressa and Ophelia. It's a lot of dialogue so early on. So who's this oh wait, no. Oh dear. So who's this Simeon guy? Well, was he someone really special to you? Tressa, have you ever felt a special kinship to someone? A special kinship? You mean aside from my family? I guess I never really thought about it. Trading's been my life ever since I can remember. I kinda feel a connection with my customers when we make a good deal. Is that the same thing? Let me tell you something, Tressa. When something about a person resonates deep within you, it's the most wonderful feeling. Your heart is freed, your mind is open, and you realize there's more to the world than you ever knew. But I wouldn't expect you to understand. After all, you're still a little girl. Hey, who are you calling a little... So much dialogue. So this is where you were born and raised? It is, though much has changed in the last 10 years. The people, the town. Seems like this lord we've been told about has a lot to do with that. Yes, and none of the changes have been for the better. This was a happier place when I knew it. It was peaceful and prosperous. My father was a strict man, but he was respected and loved by the people. I would very much like to see your town as it once was. If only I could have shown it to you. How proud I was of where we lived. Oh, Primrose. Alright. Oh yes, I just pressed the interact button to change my party around. Right. I'll bring back Cirrus, but I believe, if I'm not much mistaken, Ulbrich is next in the line. Yes, Ulbrich, then Therian, and Honnet, and finally Alphen. So I'm going to bring in Ulbrich in place of Ophelia. Well, Ulbrich and Therian have dialogue next. Okay. So, Cirrus, you're out temporarily. And Therian, you're back in. Just in case I get to somewhere where I can't exactly change party members easily.
Farewell.
Farewell, Joffrey. I will return.
What?
What's this? Are my eyes to be believed?
How could this...
My lady, are you Joffrey's? It has been too long, Master Forsyth.
Lady Primrose?
Too long indeed. We all knew you had grown to be a great... Ooh. We all knew you would grow to be a great beauty, but even still, I feel as though I'm standing before a vision from the heavens. People need to stop hitting on Primrose. Brings me great joy to know you are well, my Lady Primrose. As it does me to see you hale and hearty, Master Forsyth.
Thank the gods.
Age has stooped my back and blurred my eyes, but just seeing you before me, I thank the gods for blessing me with long life. You don't look too much over 40, sir. You flatter me overmuch, my good sir. I was just paying Joffrey a visit, as I do from time to time. You should do the same, Lady Primrose. Let your father bask in your beauty as well.
No.
I cannot face father. Not yet. Before that, there is something I must do. I am sorry to hear it, my lady. But where have you kept yourself all these years? There are many here who would have been happy to take you in.
The truth is...
I have been on a journey of sorts, if you must know the truth.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me. I had no idea you had suffered through such dark days. You did well to endure and return to us, Lady Primrose.
Actually...
I endured only because I must. I must learn the truth behind Father's death. Don't end a sentence with I must and then begin the next sentence with I must. That just flows weirdly. And to have my revenge upon the bastards who took him from me. Master Forsyth, is there nothing you can tell me? Well, there was a time when I too spared no effort in trying to unravel the secret behind Lord Joffrey's murder. But in the end, I was left wishing I never had. My lady, I urge you to tread lightly. This business will be the death of you if you do not watch your back. I am ready for whatever may come.
I know what I must do.
Very well. Come with me, and I'll tell you what I know.
Oh!
I'm back, Anna.
Oh?
I was wondering what was keeping you, dear. Pray, tell, who's this beauty you've brought with you?
It's not possible.
Lady Primrose? My, but I never had such a beautiful woman grown. Pinch me, my dear, I must be dreaming. I thought the same myself. Now, what do we... Now, what say we share a cup of tea? And so, from that dark day onward, balance of power here in Noble Court shifted, and shifted dramatically. Under Lord Joffrey's stewardship, House Azelhart was the most prominent of all the great families. Working closely with the City Watch, he took it upon himself to uphold the peace and keep the people happy. Crime of any sort was nigh unheard of. Oh, what happy days those were. Though those with a want to do ill deeds might have found it a bit stifling. But it matters little. Those times of peace and security are all but a dream now. In the chaos and disorder that followed the fall of House Azelhart, a group of men seized power. They call themselves the Obsidians. They began their operation peddling illicit tinctures back when your father still lived. Working in the shadows, just out of sight of Joffrey's watchful eye, they made one shady deal after the next, filling their coffers and making powerful friends. Swayed by the influence of their coin, countless once lawful men cast their lot with these villains, and the ones that didn't. Captain Albus commanded the City Watch in those days. Maybe you remember him? He was Lord Joffrey's right hand, and the most honorable and just man I've ever been privileged to know. Unfortunately, his code of honor put him at odds with the Obsidians, and so they took action. Murdered, like my father.
And then...
Absent his leadership, the City Watch collapsed, and the Obsidian seized power with the greatest of ease. I spent years trying to follow the trail of corruption, to find who it led to, and where the blood money flowed. In the end, I found that I was up against an opponent too evil. I have faced innumerable threats to my own life. Two of my cohorts from the Watch, who worked tirelessly to help me track down the truth, were murdered in cold blood. Honor and justice are long dead here, never to return. I'm an old man now, and I grow weary of this battle. I am but a minor landowner with no influence of which to speak. All I can do is bring flowers to Joffrey's grave.
Lady Primrose?
There's nothing more I can do for him, or for you, and so I beg you, Lady Primrose, leave this place. Trust me, my lady, were your father here, he would say the same. I beg to differ, Master Forsyth. Were my father here, this is what he would say.
Faith shall be your shield.
Mayhaps you are right. Mayhaps I have only twisted my memories of Joffrey to ease my regret at my own cowardice. Forgive me, my lady. I do you a dishonor.
Now then.
I know where the Obsidians make their headquarters in town. I'll take you there.
Lady Primrose.
I will wait for you here, my lady. Pray, tell me whenever you're ready to depart. Alright, is now when we get the travel banter? It sure is. Hello, Ulbrich. Honor? Tell me, Ulbrich, what does honor mean to you? Simple question, but one with no easy answer. For me, it is using my blade to protect others. There's naught else I can offer. Sometimes I think you're too humble for your own good. No matter how lofty our aspirations, in the end, we can only do what we are capable of. Better than to make ourselves... What? Better than to make ourselves the best that we can... better than to make the best of ourselves that we can be, than dream in vain of saintliness. What a difficult line to read. Well said. That's what I'm trying to do, improve myself so I can do more. Especially since I met you. You're a true inspiration, you know. Egads, I hope I'm not blushing again. And one more line of banter. Time for some breaking and entering. Indeed. Think you can pull it off? Therian. Does not matter if I can or not. The fact is I must. I've thought about giving up more than once. I've wondered what sort of life I could live if I chose a different path. But each time I do, I can't imagine what the future would look like. This is all I know. If you say so. So you're trying to talk me out of avenging my father?
That's not it. I just know how easy it is to screw things up if you don't stay calm. So don't go losing your head in there, alright?
Stay calm. I'll remember that. Thank you, Therian. Alright, that's it for travel banter. Now to reorder my party. Well, my travel. I need Sirius back. Thank you much. Alright. Back out, and let me just check the travel banter one last time. Looking there, up last are Hannet and Alphen. Alright, it doesn't look like there's going to be any mid-dungeon dialogue, which is good. Oh, also I should stock up. Is there anything I can get here? Not really, it doesn't look like. So I'm fairly well equipped, I suppose. Where is the provisioners, though? Oh, also, I could definitely do for a new companion, because Old Man is not too helpful. No, I don't think I want a level 1 dagger. No, still not good enough. Full enfeeblement, oh my. Such a high level. But also, difficult to allure. Medium grape could be nice, but it's going to be a random target, so maybe not. Oh, I don't know if that's better than the old man. Oh, you can't be allured. Can you be stolen? What do you have? That's pretty good. As are all of those. Alright, I didn't actually take a look at what you have. Hello there. Chakra Band. Or, oh no, Chakra Band. Interesting. Boosts elemental attack. I don't think it's any better than what I already have on Cirrus, but maybe for someone else it could be good. Chakra Band. I don't know, it's all the way down here. It's definitely not worth it for Hannet. Primrose, perhaps? Oh no, it looks like it's actually just a worse version of what she already has equipped, yep. Alright. And I don't imagine anything else will be better. That is leagues above. Alright. I already checked those. Oh, and there's another person up here. Hello. Right, it's the junk collector. I remember him. Right, I just left these with him. And particularly feel like stealing items just to sell for money. Poison Slash, no thank you. You can stay with your junk collection, dear junk collector.
In truth,
Oh. I remember you. He's looking for a band of travelers to join. Oh. Are you new here? An elderly man who once worked as a carpenter of Noblecourt, though he has long since left the family business to his son and grandson. He refuses to remain idle, and spends his days wandering the town, offering to repair any minor damage for free that the houses have suffered, much to the amusement of his kin. At least Grandpa's active. Good for him. Thanks for the grapes, Grandpa. Mighty blow. I don't think it can be that mighty at level 1. What do you like of the cut of my pantaloons? I bet you do. They're my own design, fashioned of silk and Gendi's finest fabrics and quarry crest. They're both comfortable and durable. Why, they'll survive a trampling by a Shire horse, and I would know. I'm sure you would. Oh, a use for textiles. Alright. This traveler with an unquenchable thirst for adventure manages to survive by fashioning makeshift tools when in imminent danger. Though his luck will surely run out one day, he cannot help but continue to tempt fate. A use for textiles is almost certainly... what is it, a quest? I need to find someone who needs something to do with textiles. Why are there so many new people here? Warm and gregarious, this merchant travels from town to town, plying his trade that he might care for his ailing parents. Somewhat lacking in business acumen, he has a penchant for agreeing to almost any exchange, no matter how ill-advised. Nevertheless, he somehow manages to procure rare treasures. A rare treasure that I will now steal. Laurie's diary. Interesting. What combat skills do you have? Cure Silence. What a situational ability. Alright, let me take a look into my inventory and see what that was. Was a key item. Laurie's diary, I believe it was? Oh, is that it? That's the only information I have. Well, at least I have it now. A young boy who adores flowers, though to be fair, deep down, what young boy does not? Do you have any flowers for me to steal? You do have a pomegranate. That is a... Why do you have such a strong bracelet, kid? 500 HP? That makes you, like... what, a quarter of the HP of my party members? If you were wearing it. I want to find myself some rare exotic accessories, something to help me stand out from the crowd. Well, maybe this kid's bracelet could have done it. Mommy just loves collecting unusual things. Oh, perhaps I can steal that bracelet. This woman lives with a young florist. Though they are unmarried, they have a happy life together with their child. While she appreciates the man's warmth and welcoming demeanor, she wishes that he could be a bit more assertive in his trade, as his utter incompetence as a salesman is rather concerning. How unfortunate. Oh. Alright. Ooh. Oh, I've already lost reputation here once. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm actually in some hot water. What do you... Can I steal you away from your child? Cure blindness? No, don't really need that. I've watered many a flower in my day, and I can tell you this. Flowers welcome any water, but they're particularly partial to water drawn from the very land where they grow. You must be the florist who's bad at selling things. A humble florist of Noblecourt, he is utterly devoid of business acumen and has sold an almost unbelievably small quantity of products. As the second son of a noble family, he stands to inherit little, and so is given this responsibility, so that he might earn his own fortune one day. Right. A heavy coin pouch. Don't mind if I do. Sorry that your family is going to go hungry, sir, but, it's too much to pass up. Is that an AoE dagger attack that I spy? I think I'll be stealing this townsperson.
Oh, hello.
Oh, this is the august town of Noblecourt. Truth be told, we've seen better days. Alright. Oh, you're a risky scrutinization. Time to go save, just in case. Because I have run very low on failures. You better have something good for me. Oh, I heard an item good. This woman who married her childhood sweetheart now helps him run the inn they inherited from his father. Of late, they have seen an increase in business, and she's been pressuring her husband to perform renovations that they might attract even more patrons. Well, well, well. Apparently you're well off. Oh, not well enough. Well off enough to have good loot, I'm afraid. But you do have this loot. Ooh, a large Thunder Soulstone. That is definitely worth it.
Dear me.
What have we here? A traveler, you say? Make yourself at home. I would love to, but I can't enter your door. Unless I beat you up. I'm not letting anybody buy me, no matter who it is. Alright. Gotta make this count. Well, something tells me I'm going to be reloading that save quite a few times. Not letting anybody buy me. It's probably fine to be doing this during the early hours of my stream. Nobody really ever shows up until I'm around an hour to an hour and a half in. I'm just about to reach that point, though. Scrutinize. Oh, it worked. An elderly woman who is kind and pleasant to those around her, that she might deceive them with her money-making schemes. Despite her bountiful savings, she craves ever more. Alright, so she's a rude lady. Or she's a deceitful lady. I would like that very much. This place is off limits. At least, that's what that crackpot Barnum told me to say. What if I scrutinize you? Young man claiming to be the disciple of the man he lives with. He has yet to learn anything of note, though. Anything to steal? Yes. Fairly decent things, at that. Are you Barnum? Oh, there's a fair bit of trouble with a prowling thief, but now I've got just the thing to deal with him. It's a shotgun. An old man who recently ran a burglar out of town. Lacking confidence in his frail body, he had all but given up, until he remembered the shortbow he had purchased, and used it to chase the ruffian away. Shortbow may as well be the medieval, what is it? Codger-friendly bow for elderly allies of justice. Well, guess that thief's gonna come back. And he won't be able to do a thing about it. Are you good to allure, by the way? Poison. No, not really. Oh, a curious antique. Hello, this was a quest NPC from the last game. Or not the last game, last chapter. Oh, I can't get to your house. What to do with this curious antique, though? I feel like this man would like it. Curiouser and curiouser. Wait, are you too good to...
Never.
Let's check. This guard has worked at the residence for around 2 years. He takes his duties quite seriously and has thus never made a mistake. However, he has yet to find a way to convince his peers to remain in the service of his rather demanding master. Well, your twin there seems to be fine with it. Moonblade. Don't mind if I do. Steel defenses. I'm probably just gonna keep this AoE dagger attack. It's quite good. Oh, I don't know, I haven't seen it in combat yet. A man who was recently hired as a guard at the mansion. His half-hearted approach to this profession has seen him dismissed many times before, and given the expectations of his current employer, it is only a matter of time before he is sent away or leaves, and once more turns to his exasperated parents for support. How old was he? 25, okay. I thought he was in his 40s for a second, and I was like, oh, still relying on your parents? He's got a worse weapon, too. But he's just as good combat-wise, apparently. Do you want this diary? No? Okay. Oh, there's the hidden item over there. Oh, oh, right. That was already there from a little while back. I just can't reach it. Oh, also, I meant to go shopping. That's actually the entire reason I went over to this side of the map. The general store is right here. Yes, it was. Let's, stock up. I definitely need plums. Alright, grab a couple of olives just in case. Other than that, I have been provisioned. Right then, time to save, and then we will be on our way. Guess I just didn't feel like reading that, I don't know why. I read it, I just didn't read it aloud.
This is the Den of the Obsidians.
Well, I hope you'll let me turn around because there's an item I'd like to get. You have my gratitude, Master Forsyth.
I cannot guarantee your safety should you choose to go forwards, my lady.
I owe you a debt.
Nor would I ask you to.
Lady Primrose?
You mean to avenge Joffrey's death, do you not?
I'll do what I must.
Close enough. It has been my sole reason for living all these years.
Very well. In that case, Lady Primrose. Pray, allow this old man to accompany you. There was a time when I too vowed I would see justice served. For so long, I had abandoned hope and lost my way. But reuniting with you is lit the path before me anew, as if the light of the flame shined upon us. I realize now that for all I learned over the years, I still know nothing of true bravery.
So then...
Master Forsyth.
I beg of you.
If your faith will be your shield, Lady Primrose, let me be the sword at your side.
I'm afraid my party only has room for 4 members. Unless you're about to die in a cutscene right now. Lady Hazelheart comes calling.
Oh?
Does she now? How thoughtful of her to save me the trouble of hunting her down myself. Huh, it's almost playing out just as the boss said. Which reminds me. Wasn't he supposed to be joining us?
Yeah!
On that matter, sir, I'm afraid there's been a slight change of plans. He left a message. It appears there are some preparations he'd see to first. And that's our boss. He's always had a flair for the dramatic. Sir? No doubt he's preparing a welcoming party of his own. My Lady Hazelheart.